on a Tuesday, and I'm excited because there's some huge news in the city of Lamarque. There's some really cool things happening. There's been some cool things happening, but some news broke last week, and we have some officials from the city of Lamarque that are going to be sharing about what's going on. I think we're going to start with City Manager Tink Jackson. Tink, how are you doing this morning?
I'm great, Bertie. How are you this morning?
I'm doing really good, and there's been some amazing news coming out of Lamarque here recently. What do we have going on right now?
Well, we're here today to talk to you about the announcement that we had last week about the latest and greatest new development that we have coming into the city.
Yes, sir. It's something really big, like one of the biggest companies in the world big, right?
It's pretty big.
Yes, sir. So what is it, and how long has this been in the works?
Well, we announced last week that sometime during the course of 2021, we will be breaking ground on and hopefully completing and opening an Amazon distribution center here in the city of Lamarque. This has been going on, I want to say about 6 or 7 months from the first contact that we had with anybody related to this development until we had the announcement last week.
Okay. Alex Getty, he is on this interview as well. Good morning, sir. Alex, how are you?
Good morning, Gardy.
So can you explain to people, what your job is in the city of Lamarque and what kind of role this is going to play for the future of our city and the county?
Sure. I'm the Director of Economic Development. In a nutshell, we try to create wealth for the city of Lamarque. We want to bring in new jobs and new business and help our existing businesses expand. The ultimate goal is to reduce the tax burden on our citizens. Amazon's announcement is huge for us. That's the type of project that everybody wants. Obviously, not everybody can obtain that goal, but we worked really hard, and I think there's going to be a long-term impact for it. And I've got some numbers here in a little bit that I'll share that are just hot off the press, literally like 9 minutes ago.
Mm-hmm.
You want those now?
Yes, sir. Yeah, go ahead, please. Yeah.
Okay. So we were working with our allies, Greater Houston Partnership, and they've been able to put together some economic analysis for us based upon similar projects. Not this exact project, but similar projects. They have some modeling that they've developed, and they also use others to help them produce numbers. And so based upon those inputs of similar projects, this job will create, or this business will create roughly 400 direct jobs, 153 indirect jobs, for a total of 553 jobs. Again, plus or minus, these are estimates. They're very specific numbers, but they're estimates. This is what their programming generates, or specific numbers. The annual economic impact is estimated to be $56.7 million.
Wow.
So that's a significant annual impact. And then you have your one-time impact due to the construction of the project, which will create 231 new jobs, one-time jobs, and a one-time economic impact of $76.3 million. And so this project will be felt now, and it'll be felt annually in the region. I mean, it's a great project, obviously, for Lamarque, but it's a great project for Galveston County.
So this morning I went to the gas station and I got my drink, right? And I was saying hello to my friends that work there. It's right on Delaney Road. And as I'm in there, I see a big truck, like a big 18-wheeler, that I had never seen parked in a spot that isn't a parking spot on the street. And I'm just thinking, man, the like you mentioned, the jobs that this is going to create with construction and just all the other stores and the trickle it's going to do to the places around here and the potential new development. Did you say it's 400 direct jobs? Like that's the people that are going to be working at or with Amazon?
That's the estimation. All we know is really a range, and that's just an estimation of yes, I think that's a fair number to guesstimate.
Okay. I know in the past we've talked before about what Lamarque needs, and there's like grocery stores. Love to have like a HEB or a Kroger. Has this even been on the radar? Or I guess y'all are always, open to conversations and bringing things in, right?
Absolutely. I mean, our targets haven't changed over the last couple of years. We're looking for additional hotels. Of course, COVID has made that more difficult at this juncture. but casual sit-down restaurants and additional grocery stores for sure. Those are all target areas.
One thing that I've seen is people post that they're open to working there. They're interested in those jobs. Is that something that the city would be able to at least help push out that information whenever it becomes available about hiring?
Absolutely. That's the easy part. We're set up and ready to go and do that. We want to let all of our residents know about the jobs when they become available. I think right now, our public relations specialist, Colleen Martin, is directing everyone to the Amazon website where they have their set up there. But as we gain information, we're certainly going to share it.
So what does this do for the county in general? Is this going to see, does it have an economic impact, and is there growth, or are all the other cities just mad that Lamarque is shining right now?
I don't think they're mad. I think a rising tide, raises all ships. And so I think that they're going to be happy for us and are happy for us. And there's going to be an impact throughout the county. Absolutely. And I think when a company as sophisticated as Amazon chooses your city.
Reaching out to the community. Dara, when it comes to things that you do, and I guess that come across your desk, how do you see Lamarque going in the future?
So, Gardy, I think as you said early on, there are a lot of great things happening, and this is just kind of, midway through the crescendo, in my opinion. We are seeing a lot of new commercial development. I think I pulled the permit report. We had 460 some odd permits issued in 2020, and that's with a pandemic. About half that is new residential growth, and as anybody involved in economic growth knows, having those rooftops definitely makes us attractive. And then I think our location, the other thing that personally I find really amazing about Lamarque is that in some ways we're two cities in one. So we have some great things to offer new developers. On one part of town, we have these beautiful historic buildings that are being remodeled. And it's really exciting from the development perspective to see that happening. And then we also have, vacant land in other areas of the city where you can have brand new construction coming in. And we're certainly seeing that as well.
All right. So I'm going to ask Tink Jackson some questions. So we have City Manager Tink Jackson in, not in studio, but on this interview as well. Tink, can you kind of explain to people that are on this, what your job is with the city of Lamarque and what it all entails?
If you got about 4 hours, I can get to all it entails. But basically, I'm like the CEO of the company. If you want to look at it as kind of like a company standpoint, we have a board of directors. If you want to equate it to what a company would be, and that board of directors is the council and the mayor. They pass policies, and it's my job as the CEO to implement those policies and make sure that the staff is following those policies and getting those things that they want in place to make sure that we're moving our city forward. So keeping track of all of our projects, promoting the city, making sure that we're doing what the council and the mayor as a group decides that they want to do. That's my primary focus.
Awesome. Okay, so yesterday I had the opportunity to interview David Jordan, and he's the assistant city manager. Is that a new role, and why is that important to bring him in and have this team work?
It is a new role. Mr. Jordan is the assistant city manager of public safety. We've been talking about bringing somebody in a role similar to that since I got here. For a year and a half, we've been talking about that. We actually talked about that in my interviews when I first interviewed to come here. I think with everything that we're seeing that's happening across the nation and some things that we saw happening locally here towards the end of 2020, it was important to bring in another person in that area, in that role, to make sure that we are having we're bridging any gaps that we're having between our law enforcement and our public safety departments and the community. And that's going to be Mr. Jordan's focus. He has a very unique skill set based on his background, which I'm sure you saw yesterday, that I think will bridge a lot of gaps between our law enforcement, our fire department, and our community as a whole. And I think David's going to be a very big asset very quickly, and he's a very welcome member to our team.
Sir, is there anything else that you would like to share this morning about Amazon or the city of Lamarque at all?
You know, it's one of our jobs and one of our focuses, and you know, Alex hit this earlier. You know, we need to see our city grow. You know, we have needs as a city, and we talk about things that we need to do. And we talk about, you know, citizens want, you know, they want additional police officers, they want new infrastructure, they want roads fixed, they want all these things, but all those things take money. And so there's two ways basically for that money to come, and that's either by raising taxes on what we have or by getting new so that our tax base becomes bigger. And so anytime we can bring in a large development that is going to spur some growth in our budget so that we can provide the things that the citizens want, that's always a good thing. You know, the team that worked on this was a very small team. That was a requirement basically from them to make sure that the information didn't get out about who it was. These larger companies don't want everybody knowing what they're doing until they're ready to tell them. So we had a very small team, basically the majority of which is right here on the screen right now, that worked on this. They did an excellent job. The information didn't get out from us. It may have got out in other places, but it sure didn't get out from us. And the process and doing what we did, I think, shows other large scale developers now that we're a very professional group here, and that, you know, we can work within their guidelines and help them get to where they want to go. And I think this is going to be a catalyst. I think this is going to be the match that starts the wildfire around here. We should hopefully balloon this into many other developments in the near future.
Alex, you know, there's a lot of land that's going to be developed here, you know, right here off Delaney Road. Is there more room and growth for development for other companies like Amazon or grocery stores in Lamarque? Do we have the room for that?
We'll find it. Yes, we've got room. We've got room to expand. We're in pretty good position. You know, long term, Lamarque has as much potential as anybody, and I think that Amazon choosing Lamarque kind of demonstrates that. We've been in a position for a while that we're just kind of on the precipice of some good things, and we talk about internally. We think this is the domino that needed to fall for other things to happen. So we're in a good position. Yes, we've got plenty of real estate and some larger tracts available to take on some more large scale development.
Is there anything else you'd like to share? Or is there anything else that we need in Lamarque? And if someone is a developer or has a business that they think Lamarque would be perfect for, who do they contact?
They can contact me. They can contact Dara. They just contact somebody with the city and they'll get you to the right person. I think that, you know, we have quite a few things that we're targeting. I've mentioned some of those, but we need, you know, more jobs, more tax base. We want highest, best use development. We've got a team in place now that loves Lamarque, and we can navigate the development process very easily at this point. Obviously, there's ordinances and rules in place, but just having someone like Dara in her position that can help and get those things navigated quickly and smoothly is very, very important. And she did just a knockout first-class job on this deal, and just looking forward to working with her for a long time.
Dara, is there anything else that you would like to share this morning on KHEA Radio?
Yes, Gardy. So to Alex's comment, I'm going to take this soapbox moment to tell prospective developers that a service that we offer, and I will tell you this comes all the way from, you know, council really backs it, and so does the city manager, and that says something. As busy as city staff are, we set aside every Wednesday afternoon for pre-development meetings, and any prospective developer who has, you know, a site or a couple of sites picked out within the city of Lamarque can schedule one of these meetings. It's not something that's really formal. There's no submission requirements and no fee associated with it. So a prospective developer, before they even purchase property, can talk to a development team that usually includes the fire marshal, our consulting engineer, Alex from the EDC perspective, just a lot of people who can really weigh in with developers. They can warn them about any development challenges on a site. And then we also try to facilitate development by pointing out alternatives to those challenges, maybe ways we've seen that other developers have gotten past that. Because developing on the Gulf Coast can have a little bit of challenge to it, you know, floodplain regulations and wind design requirements and that sort of thing. So I think Lamarque really goes above and beyond to try to help any size of developer. You know, this is right from your mom and pop bakery who's looking to remodel all the way up to obviously Amazon distribution centers. So I would definitely suggest that people take advantage of that so we can really help you through those requirements.
You know, whenever I'm thinking about it, like what would be bigger than Amazon like right now? I can't think of any. It's like literally like what's the smallest thing you think of to the biggest, and it's like, oh yeah, Amazon. And they picked right here in Lamarque, Texas, and I think, you know, like y'all have been saying, this is the start of the domino effect, and things are going to be falling in place. And Lamarque has been doing great things, and people are starting to take notice. And I think that was evident when it's like on the front page of Yahoo when you open up your news and stuff like that. So I appreciate you guys taking the time this morning. Thank you for everything that y'all do for the city of Lamarque, and I'm looking forward to speaking to y'all again soon.
Thank you, Gardy.
This is KTA.
Thanks, Gardy.
This is KTA Radio, 99.5 FM. Thank you, guys. Can y'all hear me still? Let me see. Oh, there it goes. Okay. Man, I was trying to make sure I asked the right person the right questions. I know I was getting hung up there, and then I wanted to make sure that everybody had opportunity to say everything they needed to. Was that okay?
You did good.
You did great.
Okay. Thank you so much. And let me know if there's ever anything I can do, of course. So I'm always down to help.
Very good.
Thank you.
Gardy.
Appreciate you,
Talk
Gardy.
to you
Have a
soon.
good day.
Okay. Okay. Got it.